Hello again. This is a little video of my trip to Armenia, or north of Armenia. I had a possibility to visit a couple of UNESCO's World Heritage Sites there. I shared the trip with two lovely Americans and a very wonderful guide, Dimitri. To be honest, I know very little about Armenia, except that it was the first country to adopt Christianity in the 4th century, and it went through a horrific genocide in the First World War, where over 1.5 million people vanished. Our first stop was Akala Monastery. It is one of the unique monuments of the Christian history in Caucasus. It is in the very north of Armenia, just by the border of Georgia. Once it was a fortress, the walls of which are still visible in the entrance of the monastery. Its history goes back to 1,000 years. And while there are some signs of despair, the major restoration projects were carried out between 1979 and 1989. Then we went to see two very famous UNESCO's heritage sites, monasteries, Hbat and Shain. Hbat Monastery was founded in 976 AD, and it has been damaged many times in earthquakes or by attacks by armed forces. Latest big earthquake was 1988, but much of the complex is still intact today. Described as a masterpiece of religious architecture and major center of learning in the Middle Ages, Hbat Monastery, together with Shain Monastery, was placed on the UNESCO's World Heritage List in 1996. These two monastic complexes represent the highest flowering of Armenian religious architecture, with unique style developed from mix of elements of Byzantine extensional architecture and the traditional vernacular architecture of the Caucasian region.
I also see that people are covering the wall. Basically, you grant a wish and if you cover that wall, it will come true.
So what do you mean that if you...
So you make a wish and then you start to climb on this wall. And if you do it, your wish will come true.
What would I wish for? Hey, I wanted to, for the record, ask you, how do you pronounce the name of this place?
Hbat.
Hbat. Oh, Dimitri, you've done this before. We have a traffic jam here.
There also were cases when one started from here and the other started from the other side, and people met in the center.
Oh no!
Then what to do?
Oh no! Yeah, you look more or less professional. Voila! And then beautiful endings. This trip included also a delicious lunch with the local family. For 70 years, Armenia was part of the Soviet Union, and this northern part of Armenia was famous for copper production, and there were copper mines all over. Because of this mining, the whole northern Armenia's Lori region is considered a healthcare and environmental disaster zone. It's not easy life here. No jobs, no industry. Shanahin means this one is older than that one, referring to Hbat Monastery, and that's because this monastery was the architect was the father of the architect that made Hbat Monastery. Shanahin is not a standalone church. It is a rather compilation of 5 churches and several other buildings that during its prime in the 2nd and 13th centuries was a school of calligraphers, philosophers and scientists. This monastery allows you to escape to an ancient world the moment you enter in it. This candle is from my mom. And this candle is for my friend Mats. The constructions of the monastery's libraries and study halls really showcase how the goal was to create a hub where science and religion meet for the better of the people. Thank you for joining me on this journey to explore the rich history and cultural significance of these 2 remarkable Armenian UNESCO World Heritage Sites.